Hi everyone, Professor Philip Travis, and this is week 5 here at Eastern Oregon University, History 112. This week we will be reading chapter 19 and 22 from our textbook, Patterns of World History. Our topic for this week is the emergence of the modern nation state. We will particularly be examining the Revolutionary Age, specifically the French Revolution, as well as the Atlantic slave trade system and how that shaped not only the Americas but also Africa during this period. I will have your test. Your first test was, of course, due Sunday of this past week. I will get those graded soon. This week, the major assignment you have is the first paper. Now, in this class, you write one paper. Now, there are technically two options to write the one paper, the idea being that everyone writes the first paper, generally is the idea, and then if you don't do well in the first paper, you can take my feedback, you can take my comments, and you can write the second paper at the end of the term and write an improved paper using my comments to write that new paper, and then I drop the lowest score. Theoretically, you don't absolutely have to write paper 1 because I do drop the lowest score, so if you are really busy right now and you just have to write paper number 2 as opposed to paper 1, you can do that. I highly recommend everyone write paper number 1. Do this week. I have a prompt for the paper up. And within the prompt, there are several major topic areas that I'd like students to write their paper within. Please don't write a broad summary of say, the Columbian Exchange or something like this. Choose within the larger topic prompt, choose a specific element of it. So if you were to write about the Columbian Exchange, maybe the specific topic area would be examining the effect of the Columbian Exchange on the Mayan people, for example, in the Americas, or examining the Columbian Exchange from the standpoint of global disease, whatever it might be. Choose something specific. In the introduction, have a specific thesis statement, and then defend it with evidence throughout the paper. I want to see students, and the papers are roughly about 3.5 pages or so. I want students to use 3 different academic sources throughout the paper. I also want to see students citing this paper with footnotes in Chicago style, and I'll have a link in there for how to do this. It'll show you exactly how to do a little footnote in Chicago style. So I want the paper cited with 3 different academic resources. I want them cited footnotes in Chicago style. Academic resources means it's written by a historian. It is either a book written by a historian, a journal article that has gone through a credible historical journal and review process. Where to get those? Go to our library webpage. Our library has access to databases, and they have lots of online sources. So again, if you're doing the Columbian Exchange and you want to do the Columbian Exchange, do the examination of the decipherment of Mayan hieroglyphs, for example, then type in Mayan hieroglyphs in the Columbian Exchange, and you'll find a myriad of sources there. If you want to do it on Francisco Pizarro, or if you want to do it on an example of something from like the Mughal dynasty in India, you want to examine the building of the Taj Mahal, whatever it might be, make sure you choose a specific topic and make a clear, specific argument that has relevance to the world today. It shouldn't just be interesting. It shouldn't be a lot of summary. Make a thesis statement that is relevant to the world today, right? The Industrial Revolution, for example. If you did the Industrial Revolution, a great thesis statement for something like the Industrial Revolution might be, this was the moment in which humans on a large scale began harnessing energy through the burning of fossil fuels. And this process created not only tremendous population growth in the world, it not only changed how people moved throughout the world, but it created massive urban environmental issues that we are dealing with still to this day. So if you did something on the Industrial Revolution, you could argue that the Industrial Revolution has basically shaped modern environmental problems, and then write a paper about explaining how the Industrial Revolution developed and how it shaped those modern environmental issues. Just one suggestion there. So make a specific argument, have 3 academic sources, write it in Times New Roman font 12, and cite all of your sources with footnotes. Do not plagiarize. The paper is due this Sunday. I will have more information in modules for you. And now, the factoid. Watch the video below. I made this video for you. It relates to the Revolutionary Age and the French Revolution, which is one of our big subjects for this week. Let's have a great week. Email me if you have any questions, and I will see you in the discussion forum.